Pure Metal of God's Azteca interview will be AI narration of his article story. Favorite artist? Leave a comment down below what you think of the article and the AI narration. We are stepping up our game for you. Pure Metal of God's, what inspired you all to start playing and making music? Dante Diaz, I think we were all inspired by our musical heroes. In my case, Dante, I always wanted to be a songwriter like John Lennon and tour over the world with my band like the Beatles. Pure Metal of God's, how did the group form and who came up with the name Azteca? Dante Diaz, we have been playing together for many years with our old band, War Cabinet, and I'd always dreamed about combining metal, symphonic music, and our pre-Columbian roots and history, so when we started talking about a new album we decided to come up with a whole new concept, both musically and thematically, thus the creation of Azteca. Pure Metal of God's, in today's age of music, identity is a very strong key in defining the group that came up with the imagery. Alberto Ruiz, Dante has always been a huge fan of ancient Mexican cultures, especially the Aztec civilization. He has studied this culture for a long time and is really passionate about it. So he kinda injected this passion into the whole band and we all got involved in the character and show design. Pure Metal of God's, it was surprising to see that you all are a symphonic metal group. By the imagery alone you would expect something more brutal, and it was very appealing to hear your vocals and harmonies and melodies, so the same would be never judge a book by a cover. Do you agree? Dante Diaz, definitely. We live in a time where people are much more attracted by images and videos, and they don't pay that much attention to the music. But with Azteca, you will definitely embark on a very interesting musical journey because we are not tied to a particular style. In fact, our style changes with the feel and intention of each song. So when we're talking about the majestic of the Aztec, the music will sound majestic, more melodic, and glorious, but when we talk about a battle or war, the music will be more brutal and aggressive. You'll see it once we've released our full album. Pure Metal of God's, in the country of Mexico, you seem to be well received. Very well. Dante Diaz, so far the project has received very good comments from the audience. Mexicans are becoming more and more proud of their past and history, and having bands such as Azteca is something that Mexican metal scene really needs. We might be witnessing the birth of a big movement of pre-Hispanic bands, similar to the one that happened decades ago with the Swedish Melodeath movement. It would be great to have something like this in Mexico. Pure Metal of God's, do you have a vocal coach, some type of instructor helping you further your vocal and your music abilities? Dante Diaz, not really. I've been singing for many years and have developed a very good vocal technique. However, in the last months I've been working with a vocal distortion specialist called Ariel Coelho, from Brazil. I made contact with him in order to be able to teach what I've developed through the years. Pure Metal of God's, what new techniques have you learned along the way and growing as a guitar player, incorporate them into your music? Alberto Ruiz, I've learned a variety of techniques that I found to suit my style of playing along the years, as I felt to be fitting what I think is the best for the song. I combine the styles of my particular guitar heroes like Dimebag Darrell, James Hetfield, Eddie Van Halen, Yngwie Malmsteen, Kirk Hammett, and many more. Pure Metal of God's, describe your creative process when you write new song. Alberto Ruiz, the first thing I do is a research about the subject or specific situation that we're going to talk about. Then I start writing the music with the mood that this subject requires. But we don't have a definitive process. Sometimes we start by writing a guitar riff or a drum groove or rhythmic pattern, and sometimes we start with a melody or even an orchestral passage. However, once we have the main structure we take or add all the passages needed for the song to make sense. Then we write the lyrics, all the vocal melodies and or growls and grunts, depending on the specific character that's talking, and then I work on the whole orchestral and pre-Hispanic arrangement. Pure Metal of God's, what is your favorite song to perform and that you've written? Alberto Ruiz, Clash of the Gods. It will be the middle song in the album and I think it's like the perfect climax for it. It's perfectly balanced between the melodic and majestic sound of the orchestra, the choir, and the clean vocals, and the aggressiveness of the band. It has high black metal growls, grunts, death metal growls, high-pitch heavy vocals, choral parts, a whole orchestral solo section, an incredible shredding guitar solo, Mexican folk rhythms, and even a choral interlude with a soprano solo. Besides, the lyrics are about the most amazing Aztec legend, the birth of Aztec's main god, Huitzilopochtli, god of the war and sun. It's definitely my favorite. Pure Metal of Gods, what is the most complicated song you have? And the most difficult to play live? Dante Diaz, well, for this project we're more interested on being in service of the music, instead of trying to be the most technical or fastest band. We have done that and it's great of course, but here we're much more focused on the feeling and intention of the lyrics and the music. And we also want the people to easily learn the songs, the choruses, the melodies and so on. However, there's one particular song that's quite intense and hard to play cause the riffs and grooves are very precise. It's called Copile, the Foundation Stone. It's really fast for everybody, even the vocals are fast, and since it's a dialogue between a god and a demigod, the conversation is very intense and aggressive. Unfortunately, we won't perform this one during this European tour. God of the Sacred Cave is your newest video, I believe. Can you tell us a little bit about the song itself? Dante Diaz, yes, in fact it's our very first single. We released it in September 2022. It's kind of an introduction to the early history of the Aztec civilization, long before they became the greatest empire in the American continent. It's based on an ancient codex called the Pilgrimage Codex, which narrates how the Aztecs left their original homeland and started their quest for a new land promised by their main god. Pure Metal of Gods, on this song we narrate how this god presents himself to the Aztec people and how he foretells all what will happen before they become the definitive rulers over all the civilizations in the Anahuac, which is the ancient Mexico's territory. The video of this song was filmed in several amazing locations in Mexico. The most famous and huge grottos, Cacoamilpa Grottos, an archaeological city with an original pre-Aztec pyramid and temple, rivers, caves, hills, mountains, and lakes. All part of the narrative of the song.